Hi dudes, what is going on? We are here at not the Banger Hangar, but we are here at Daniel Producer's house with none other than the Sultan of Shred, the Professor of Pentatonic, my favorite double D next to the ones at Hooters, the one and only Dave Davidson. Let's go! And with one of the best releases of 2025, New Gods, New Masters, which you can purchase today on Metal Blade Records. If you don't, you're a fucking jabroni. So, how are you, man?
I'm good. How are you, man?
Good to see you again.
Thank you for the intro.
Oh, hell yeah. So I heard the Garza podcast, and I heard you go by Double D back home.
People will say that, yeah. I mean, Dave's fine, Double D, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Some people just say Davidson, I guess I'm a man of a few different nicknames.
Hell yeah, I love that. So, right off the top of the hop, New Gods, New Masters. The lyrics in the title track discuss how we are putting technology as a golden calf on the allure of immortality, theoretically being within our grasp. As a fellow millennial, you got to see the advantages of technology come up through the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. Yeah. At what point did you think technology kind of got away from our grasp?
That's a good question. It's kind of like the frog in the boiling pot of water thing. You don't really realize it until it's too late. So, I mean, I would say probably once they really were going full throttle with the large language models and artificial intelligence sort of willfully turning a blind eye to any safety issues that were showing up. It's tough because it keeps accelerating, right? So, I mean, probably within the past 10 years, but I feel like it just exponentially gets a little crazier.
I was going to say around that like 2007, 2011 time barrier where social media really popped off, like the Rebecca Black Fridays. There were all these like powerhouses of things making things go viral, so to speak. That was kind of around the timeline where I think that we kind of got out of, technology being something accommodating as a handrail for society versus taking over our influence too much.
Yeah, for sure.
So there are quite a few guest appearances on this release. Was this because of the pandemic giving you a feeling that existence is futile?
Well, we've had some guests on previous records, so it's something that I've really enjoyed doing. I mean, we had Marty Friedman on Great As Our Sin. We had killer guests on Nether Heaven, Corpse Grinder and Trevor, R.I.P. So yeah, it was just one of those things where I think I heard these other voices on the record, and thankfully everybody was able to be a part of it, because you never know. I mean, guys have touring plans, or for one reason or another their schedules don't line up. It just kind of adds to the story of the record that much more, having these other amazing guests on there.
Heck yeah. So one of my favorite songs off the new record was the All Seeing. As everyone knows, being a Revocation fan, you're always going to get a really cool instrumental track off the album. This one really stood out to me. We covered it in the Overkill reviews, and I've got to say, Gilad's playing is some of the most beautiful phrasing I've heard on like any sort of death metal or extreme metal album. How did your friendship flourish with him? Was he like a student with you at your time at Berkeley? Did you guys become friends in the jazz community, or?
Yeah, I met Gilad when I was living in New York. We have a mutual friend, Tosin from Animals as Leaders. So I went to go see Gilad play, and I just introduced myself, and then we just kind of hit it off and became friends. It was kind of around the pandemic, I want to say, or like we were kind of coming out of it. He and I met up for lunch, and we played some guitar together and just had like a great afternoon together, and that kind of, I think, helped sort of solidify the friendship a bit more. And yeah, when it came time for this record, The All Seeing is just such a, out there track. I mean, it's incredibly technically demanding. It's super progressive, and for that outro, I thought he would just be an amazing guest to play over that part. It's pretty open ended, and
I love it.
So yeah, I hit him up. I was like, hey, Gilad, I know this isn't stuff you normally play over, but we'd love to have you. And he was like, cool, send me the track. Let's fucking go. Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's just an incredible solo. It's one of the high points of the record for me. Coming from fully from the jazz world, hearing him, because he's not like a metal player who has jazz influences. He's fully in the jazz world, playing over like a pretty out there death metal track. And yeah, he delivered just a jaw-dropping solo.
One of my other favorite tracks off the album was Confines of Infinity. You talked about motifs on this record, and I love the melodic motif on this because it's just thick, and it's just kind of like that heartbeat underneath the floor in an Edgar Allan Poe kind of sense. So in the review, we talked about it and what could be described as being sucked into the cavernous void of a black hole with a lone thunk, thunk riff that echoes over your shrieks in the vast void of space. I've heard that you were a fan of the Alien series. I know music is subjective. Was there any little bit of scientific lore that kind of pushed that song's motive in that certain direction?
You know, when it comes to writing, it's hard to say. I mean, I absorb so much music and, you know, films, and of course there's certainly you know, amazing soundtracks that go along with a lot of these sci-fi films. I think I just really wanted to just write like a ass beating song, and that was kind of my main goal with that one. Like for me, it all starts with the riff, and then I can kind of, you know, put everything else sort of together around that. And yeah, with it being just so heavy and crushing, and just this kind of cold feeling that the riff produces, it sort of seemed to really fit the mood of the album, but also it was kind of easy to write lyrics for that one too, because it was just so heavy, and again, it allowed me a lot of space to kind of craft a story with that like very ominous like chugging part happening in the background.
I love that. I love that. We're down the street from Lee's Palace. I understand you're a big Aerosmith fan.
Yeah.
So hypothetically speaking, Joe Perry gets past security and everything, walks on stage and says, "Yo, Dave, I want to harmonize a solo with you." Why would it be Bound by Desire?
It would probably be Bound by Desire because there's some rock and roll bends in that one for sure. In the solo section, I feel like Joe would enjoy digging in over that. I actually used to teach guitar lessons to Tom Hamilton's son.
Really?
Yeah, because his son was like super into like underground metal, so I would see like Tom Hamilton at like random like underground like black metal shows and stuff like that, which was kind of funny. But yeah, super cool dude. Never met Joe Perry, but yeah, if he's in Toronto tonight, wants to come harmonize.
Joe, come on.
You know? I mean, we don't even need to harmonize. He can just have free reign.
Would you get access to your tour rider too?
He can have whatever he wants, really. You know.
Amazing.
We got carrots and hummus back there. Have as much as you like, Joe.
So getting back to your childhood a little bit, what was your greatest accomplishment as a Watertown River rat?
Man, I really wasn't good at hockey. Just like I definitely wasn't my hockey playing. Especially up here, you guys love your hockey.
What gave that away?
Yeah, exactly. But you know, Boston loves, you know, Bruins, and there's a lot of great sports dynasties. I just never really got into like the whole sports thing. I think like I found guitar when I was like 12, and I just like that was my thing. I probably liked karate the most out of all the things that I did.
Really?
Yeah.
How far did you get with that?
I hit like a green belt, brown belt. No, I think a green belt. Yeah.
So I love the album artwork for New Gods, New Masters. Death metal artist Paolo Girardi absolutely ate spicy soppressata, as we discussed on the Overkill review. When you went to him for the motifs for this album artwork, what did you say to him? Or did you just say, "Hey man, I'm doing an album, listen to my tracks, go for it"?
Paulo, he really likes a lot of detail. So I mean, I was giving him like just full paragraphs. I sent him like lyrics. I sent him the album title, the album concept. I did a sketch for him that he wanted me to do because he's very like, oh, you know, send me everything. Like even if you, I'm like, I suck at drawing, and he's pretty much like, I don't care, just like send me what you're thinking. I sent him like the crudest, like shittiest drawing of all time, and the fact that he took what I did and turned it into that is nothing short of miraculous. But yeah, he's like the death metal, like in Rembrandt or something. I don't know. He just like the oil on canvas, the old school approach is. His style is super visceral, but you know, to me, I think what really grabs me is the color palette on this one. I think he really nailed the sci-fi dystopian vibe with those blues and gunmetal gray, and then like the weird kind of meaty red abyss that it's being born from. To me, it's a death metal work of art. You did it again, Paulo.
Love you, dude. Appreciate you for all your hard work. So we are in the land of the Great White North. As you know, Canada is a nation of peacekeeping. To end off this interview, Dave, I would like to make a notion of peace with you.
Okay.
Underneath your chair is the final clue to end off our video.
Okay.
If you want.
That was a clue in here. Okay. Let's see here. Now I signed something with you.
Well, you have to read out what's inside.
What it says. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, cool.
And the envelope says that you have to sign it. That's not from a parking ticket or anything like that.
Oh boy, here we go. I have to read this out loud?
Yes, please.
Okay. I, Dave Davidson, on behalf of all Bostonians and Massachusettsianites, is that a real word?
It might be.
Hereby apologize to Chris Thrash for his mental and physical anguish during the atrocities occurring to the Toronto Maple Leafs Game 7 of Round 1 in the following playoff years. 2013, 2018, 2019, 2024. I mean, a lot of atrocities there.
Yeah.
I vow to include as many riffs per capita to keep Chris sane, even when the Leafs make him otherwise. May the Leafs not fucking suck in the playoffs this season. 420, blaze it. So you want me to sign this here?
Yes, please.
Okay, sure.
'Cause
I just sign anywhere? Right
somewhere in the
center.
imaginary.
Okay. There you go. I'm sorry for all the pain and suffering.
Thank you.
I hope it gets better.
It probably won't. You've been great. I've been Chris. He's been Dave. This has been on behalf of Looters Canada in association with Metal Blade Records and Banger Films. You can see Dave on the road right now from now until the end of October. Until next time, stay thrashing, my friends.
Time stands still in this prison.